I was able to see them up close during the High Touch event, which is like a mini meet and greet after their press con. Hi, I'm Kay Allen. I'm 26 and I'm a best-selling book author. I became a fan early 2014, just when their second EP, School Love Affair, came out. And I remember my college BFF showing me their dance practice video for Boy in Love. And I was just so amazed by their talent and the precision of their choreography. It was insane. I looked them up afterwards and got easily hooked with their music and their messaging, which was about chasing your dreams and going against societal norms. Beyond the great music and the fantastic choreographies, I fell in love with BTS because of their authenticity and their, genuineness towards their fans. I always say there's no such thing as a bias in BTS. I just love them all equally. There are just so many things to love about the members, and it's really difficult for me to just pick one. The first time I saw them in concert was 2014 during the Red Bullet tour, which was also the first time they came to Manila. It was one of my favorites, not only because it was the first, but because I was able to see them up close during the High Touch event, which is like a mini meet and greet after their press con. First impression, they are really tall and good looking. Nothing really prepares you for the real thing. If you thought they looked good on screen, they looked unreal in the flesh. So it was a really exciting experience being that close. We were on the railing looking up at them as they performed over like 25 songs. I also attended the Epilogue and Wings Tour concert events. The Wings Tour in 2017 was memorable for me in its own way because I also got to cover the concert for Pulp Magazine. I saw them in rehearsals, I saw them in soundcheck. The fact that I was there is something I won't ever forget for the rest of my life, and it was such a blessing and such a great opportunity. I'm really proud of the article since it became the cover spread for the 2018 K-pop annual report of Pulp Magazine. When I mentioned this to people or to fellow ARMYs, and they would come up to me and say that they loved that article and they really felt like they've been there through my words, so it makes the experience extra special. When I first started being a fan of BTS, I knew these boys were special. There's no question, not just because they are extremely good performers, but because I felt they had the passion and the drive to go after whatever they wanted for their careers. I think a huge factor in their global success is that from the very beginning, BTS wasn't after the awards or the recognition, but the chance to send a message to people. It was clear from the start that BTS made music for their fans. They've been very transparent with their fans, making sure we are part of their journey. And they remain consistent with their messaging, which is seen through their various projects today, like the UN campaigns. And I think that's what the world is seeing now. Just 7 boys who work hard, who make music for their fans and themselves, not because they need to, but because they want to, because they love doing it for their fans. And I think that genuineness is what makes Bangtan Bangtan. Everything I spent on BTS, whether it's concert tickets, albums, special merchandise, or even trips to Seoul or Tokyo, it's not solely to show support for them, but these are things that make me happy, that I enjoy having, and bring a little light to my life. I run a fanfic blog on Tumblr, Asian Fanfics, and Wattpad since 2014, and I was under the username ExoticArmy127. I've always been a writer. When I started being a fan of BTS, I started writing fanfics about them just for fun. And when I started sharing them online, I didn't expect a lot of people to like them so much, and the reads and the follower count just kept rising through the years. Running that blog through my college years really solidified my confidence in becoming a published author, and has truly helped me improve in my craft and build my readership base. My latest book, Laws of Motion and Attraction, was published in 2020, but it was actually written in 2015 as a BTS fanfic. It was my most popular fic to date, and it was really a whirlwind writing that. I remember posting a chapter online every week or every other day, and I'd get hundreds of messages from my readers asking for the next part. And when I decided to rewrite it as a novel around 2018, I decided that it's only right that I dedicate it to BTS. So if you have the book or if you buy it, when you turn to the first page, you'll see that I've written a small dedication for BTS to thank them for the comfort and inspiration they've given me through the years, for helping me become more confident in sharing my works to people, to reach for my dreams, to thank them because this book literally wouldn't have existed if it weren't for them. Fan culture wasn't all that different from before, to be honest, but international armies now I think they have it a bit easier in terms of getting content that we actually understand. Before, we had to rely on a lot of fan accounts to do the subtitling and translating. The album tracks don't get translated for weeks, and unlike today, they release a song or an album and 10 minutes later, there's a video up on YouTube. Even their Bangtan bombs come with English subtitles now. It's amazing being part of their journey. I've been with them for like more than 7 years now. To literally see them rise to the superstars that they are today, their journey hadn't been easy. Armies know this, and they've been through a lot. So if anyone deserved the world's love or recognition, it's definitely BTS. So thank you, BTS, for the amazing years that you've given me and continue to give me, as I've never really stopped being your fan. As I've said in my book, I would love to become better and to continue reaching for my goals the way you guys are, and to give comfort and inspiration to a lot of people. So thank you for doing what you do, and know that armies are always here for you to support you, and that we purple you.